Had she and Rob been married, had she been a real mother to the girls, at least there would have been the kind of custody arrangements that came with divorce. The girls would be with her part, if not all, of the time. As it was, she had no rights, no legal standing whatsoever in their lives, just the powerful bond of a love that had deepened over the 4 years she had been with their father. 4 years during which expectations of permanence had been raised. An engagement that had sealed that expectation. Wedding plans had consumed Dani's thoughts and enchanted the girls. And then it had all come tumbling down. Rob had met someone else and broken the engagement just weeks before the scheduled wedding date. Dani had been crushed. The girls, understanding none of what was going on, had been devastated when Dani had moved out of the house and left town. Now distance and the attitude of Rob's young and insecure girlfriend precluded even the most casual of visits. Tiffany thought the girls would adjust more readily if the break were clean. Tiffany thought. Dani hadn't seen much evidence that Tiffany even had a brain. As soon as the sarcastic criticism surfaced, Dani chided herself for being uncharitable. It was hardly Tiffany's fault that Rob had no spine to speak of. At any rate, contact had been limited to whatever calls and drawings the 7-year-old and 5-year-old girls could manage. They'd been astonishingly ingenious about it, too. Now, though, they were slowly adapting to the change. The vows to hate Tiffany forever and ever were less frequent. So were the calls and notes to Dani. The spaces in between almost gave her time to heal, but it took only an envelope like this one to rip the wound open all over again and leave her feeling raw and vulnerable. How did adoptive mothers stand it when courts ripped their children from their arms to return them to the natural parents? How did they survive the loss, she wondered. How did they make the love stop? Or fill the empty space inside their heart? For a moment, she debated leaving the envelope unopened, but there seemed little point to it. Sooner or later she would open it anyway. Like removing a bandage with a sudden yank, this would be quicker, if no less painful. The sheet of paper inside was a piece of Rob's expensive, embossed business stationery, she noted with amusement. He would probably have a cow if he knew they'd gotten into it and used it for coloring. She studied the page, her eyes misty. Amy had clearly done the drawing. It was as vibrantly colorful as the little girl herself. A shaky American flag predominated, dwarfing 2 stick-figure children, Robin and Amy, according to the names neatly printed under them by the older Robin. Each child was holding what Dani assumed were meant to be sparklers. Happy 4th of July was printed across the top in red and blue letters. We miss you had been added in bright pink and purple at the bottom. Love, Robin was as precise as a 7-year-old hand could make it. Amy's signature was twice the size of her sister's and bore little evidence of any understanding of capital and small letters.
"Oh, babies," Dani murmured. "I miss you too."
She stared at the picture for as long as she could bear it, then tucked it into the drawer with all the others. She would answer the note tonight, though she had no idea if the petty Tiffany allowed the children to see the occasional cards and letters Dani sent to them, so they would know that she still thought of them and loved them, that she hadn't deliberately abandoned them. The knock on her office door had her hurriedly wiping away telltale traces of tears.
"Yes, Maggie. What is it?"
Her 19-year-old temporary assistant poked her head in. She was clearly fighting a smile.
"I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I know you need a break after the night you had, but we have an emergency up front." "It's not Honey Bunch, is it?"
she asked, already pulling her white coat on over her slacks and short-sleeved blouse.
No, it's nothing like that,"
Maggie soothed in a calming tone that proved